Clock 73 here, your fishing friend. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What we're going to do this time is we're going to go after the, what's it called, zombie? Let's see, down in Quanchican. Zombie, yeah. And then I'm going to show you a little secret about this one, okay? Something that hopefully can help you somewhere in the future. But anyhow, let's start this. Let me show you what I'm going to be using. Oh, let's read the mission. Rumor has it that a zombie cat has been spotted in Quanchican, and it can be caught only with a special bait. Catch 5 large specimens of gar weighing over 40 pounds. It says 44.1. Okay. And get the half-digested bird hatchlings from their stomachs to create a special super fresh, freaky bait for attracting the zombie cat. Ugh, gross. There it is. That is weird looking, isn't it? Okay. But for the gar, this is what I'm going to be using. I got 4 rods set up. 1, 2, 3, and 7. Oops, not that one. 7. I got them set up the same way. Make sure. Yep. We got Heavy Chaser 10.2, Leviathan 10,000 reel. See, we got up to 59.5 here. Leviathan 10,000, 57.5 with a recovery of 43.5. So when we get hold of them, we can get them in. .011 braid, which is 57 pounds. So we got 59, 57, and 57. Good morning, young feller. And hello there, Mikey. Hello. Whoa, that wasn't right, was it? I don't know what that did. Something weird. Anyhow, good morning, good morning. The best to you each morning. K-E-double-L. Oh, double good. Kellogg's best to you. I'm doing okay, Joe. Joe. We're going to go catch a zombie, I hope. And then I'm going to teach you a couple things and see if I can't give you a leg up somewhere down the road. Well, good. Well, I'll tell you, they had bad weather down around Birmingham. Whew. Tornado hit. That wasn't nice. Okay, let's buy our license. And travel to... You know, it's not glowing the way the others do when it tells you to travel to it for the mission. So... I'm going to show you something here at first before we go after the gar. I like to fish for the gar at night. So, you know, it's like any other species. The big predators come out at night. Let me show you what I got here. Is it this one? This one. There we go. I'm going to use a fairly heavy rig here. A Rivertech Zeus 810, 46 pound. A Kraken 8000, which is 43.3 pound. A .012 braid, 41 pound, and our Star Spangled crankbait. No leader. I hope I don't lose it. We're going after flathead catfish. Hopefully we can catch a uni. So let's see. We're going to go over here, and I like to fish every morning. Yeah, I hope. We'll find out. I've got a competition at 11. There we go. At 11. I'm at the wrong place. And for Topwater Rodeo in Knik, Alaska. So we'll do that then. But anyhow, we're going to come over here to wide open space. And you see this little jut right here, that's where I like to fish from. So we're going right here. Well, these are catfish. Well, better safe than sorry, I guess. Don't want to lose that. Don't want to have to buy another one. 46 pound, 42 pound. Let's see what we got. 42 pound, 40. There's 41. I really would rather have a short one, but we'll go with that one. But I'm not fishing for gar right now. I told you I'm going after. It's morning, and I'm going after flatheads first. This is what I'm trying to teach. Use a Star Spangled crank, and right in here there's a hole. Yeah, they can all bite. They're going to have to gum it. But anyhow, there's a hole right in here. It starts about 120, run between 120 and 105 feet out. So what we do, you see how I've got it lined up with that branch hanging over the water? Throw it out there. Let's get it on the bottom as fast as we can. 4-speed and into 1. And then just crank it in steady, and it'll go right across that hole. See, there it is. Whoops. Got something. Surely it's not that easy. But there's some big unis in here. We're talking about 65, 68 pound flatheads. There you go. And that's the way you do it. Throw it out there. 4 speeds, fast. And just bring it in constant. See, when it gets around 120, it's in that hole. And then about 90 it comes out. 90 something, 95, somewhere around in there. But you still bring it on in, because there's some that will be laying on the bottom. Catfish lay on the bottom. You never know. We'll try one more cast here, and then I'll show you the other spot. See, I don't even put a marker there. I mean, I know where that branch hangs over. He's trying. He does. He tries. But that's a two-way street, because sometimes I like to ride him hard and put him up wet, but I think he enjoys it. Here we go. Oh, that looks like a channel. No, maybe not. Thought it was a channel the way it started out. Oh, trophy largemouth. You catch anything down here. One more. Come on to me, Uni. Be careful there. Oh, see, I didn't throw it out far enough to get it in the hole. Shame, shame, shame. Got to get over, you need to really get out there about 150 feet, so that when you 4-speed it to get it down to the bottom, you'll be at the bottom ready for it to come through that hole out there. You know, I never looked at the map to see what it showed on the map, just out of curiosity. Nope, it doesn't show a hole. It shows that hole, but I don't think that's it. That's way out there in the middle. That's where, and you catch a blue cat here every once in a while too. And they fight harder than the flats, of course. How far to get it out that time? There we go. Okay, come on, big boy. Where you at? That's not a uni or a trophy. I mean, they'll fight. That's another flat. I do believe. I do believe. Do 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 do. Yep, flat. Do 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 do. Hello, Jeff. I'm doing fine, and you? Now, see this little point here? There's another spot right here. See that? See that bush right there? Aim for that bush, and you work it the same way. 4 speed, and when it gets down the bottom, up, we got hung up. It's another day in the neighborhood. Another day in the neighborhood. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. This one works the best, and that is came from the people that do these comps a lot. So I'm just passing it on. This is the, what do they call it? Night catch trial. I can show you where to get this one. Is that cheating if I show you where to get it? And probably one of the best lures that you can get for, one of the best, for pike and muskie. So let's see. I don't have as much luck on this side as I do the other side. Okay, then it's not cheating. Then I'll show you. Don't want to cheat. Like I said, I don't have as much luck on this side as I do the other one. But on the other side where that... Oh, we got something. Do-do, 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 do-do. Aha! That is not a flathead. See, it's a blue. Okay, let me show you where to get this Star Spangled Crank. See this revolutionary pack? That's $6.99. With it, you get, wow, 13 bait coins. 13. 13 colonies. 13 stripes. That's where the basis is. 1776 credits. Does that sound familiar? You get a Patriot tackle box. You get 50 cannonballs. You get fireworks, jig heads, revolutionary claw, a salute nymph. You get the stars and stripes shad. You get the Old Glory grub. You get the fireworks tube and the rattlesnake. 20 of them. That alone is, if you're going to fish with buzz baits, Mike will tell you, that alone is worth the price of this, believe me. And there it is. You get 2 of them. 2 Star Spangled Cranks. And 2 striped jerkbait. And a patriotic walker. And bullfrog popper. These are good for chain pickerel in down here where we're at now. I'll show you that in a minute. And then some other stuff too. There are some places where you need to use each one of these lures to catch a particular species of fish, like the grizzly spinner, the I Want You spoon, things like that, during the 4th of July event. But if you've already got it, especially these 2, the patriotic walker, the bullfrog popper, and these 2, okay? That's where it is. I always get fireworks for 4th of July and Christmas, mainly. But anyhow, that's where you get that. Okay, now I've showed you that. Now, let's go see if we can zombie bait. Gotta catch zombie bait. Okay, I fish from the same spot. Now, what I like to do is I'll leave and come back because... You're welcome. It's easier to find this little peninsula that I like to fish from. And where I use large minnows, if you're using float rigs, now that reminds me too, I hope I didn't get rid of it. Oh, please, no. Yes, I did. I sure did. I'm going to have to go out before we get work. That's too small. I'm going to have to go out and get me my float rig back. I don't think I can buy it. But anyhow, I'll worry about that when the time comes. Anyhow, you saw where I walked out. And you see this tree here, this little bit right here? I like to aim right in this area, 75 feet out. So let's get a rod stand down. And see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set my distances during the day, and then I'll bring them in, and we'll advance time to night and fish for them at night. 75 feet. Oh, I know what I'm saying. If you're using floats, same distance, but you want to set your leader at 17 inches. Don't ask me why. I caught a lot of fish at 20 inches, and that's what I used for probably well over a year and a half anyhow. And then one of the PHs recommended that I use a 17 inch. Boy, what a difference. I caught more fish, faster, bigger fish. I tried 18, 19, 16, not as good. 17 was the number. So if you're using float, I suggest a 17 inch leader. If you're using bottom rods, you're there. Oh, and be sure you put a leader on these, because the gar will literally tear it apart. And you got to have fairly heavy rigs, because they got to fight. But it's like the difference. Some places we fish in here, we use mono instead of braid, because the bite ratio increases. The way the bite ratio is set up in the game is braid, just like in the list, braid, fluoro, mono. Mono being the highest bite rate in some places, but you can't always use mono. Okay, we got a rod stand down, and let's see what kind of night we're going to have here. That's not the greatest. We would really prefer a partly cloudy night. So let's see what. So I'm gonna see what we can get here. Okay, the third night. See there? That's your best. This is your second best. Okay. So what we'll do, since we can go from night to night, is we'll go here, 3 o'clock in the morning, and just see what we can do. All we can do is all we can do, right? That's all there is, because there ain't no more. Now, I like to fish here with floats, because I like to watch the large minnow run around, and then when the gar hits it, the float take off, and you'll see that large minnow take off in a hurry, because the gar's after it. It's funny. But I'm not here for fun. I'm here on a mission. On a mission from San Jose. Jose Cuervo. Yes. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm going to turn my light off. Whoops, wrong one. There we go. Kind of dark, isn't it? Maybe I ought to put my sunglasses on. What do you think? That didn't help, did it? Well. That's a deep hole in the ground. I'll tell you what, while we're waiting, some more. Oh, by the way, why do seagulls fly over the sea? Somebody give me some answers, please. Why do seagulls fly over the sea? Don't overthink it. Because if they flew over the bay, they would be bagels. Oh, wrong one. I'm getting all excited here. Grabbed the wrong rod. What we got here? I don't know. I got one more click on my drag if I need it. I don't like to put it up there where it shoots all the way up to red, because it could shoot all the way up and flip on through it. You didn't like my joke? Okay. We're going to have to, I guess. What kind of music are the planets in our solar system like? I believe this is going to be our first one over 44. Neptunes. Come on, how big are you? How big are you? There's one. Ooh, that's a nice one too. Ooh, a nice one. Yes, sir. I know. Oops, get rid of that one. Back in here. You still there, 3? Nope, lost both of them. They must not have been on good. Barba's hook. Okay, I can take it. Just go ahead and dish it out. I can take it. See, this time I didn't go ahead and come down here and catch, all but one of them, because I wanted y'all to enjoy the entire endeavor with me, and we must endeavor to persevere. You ever heard that before? Was that the movie Josie Wales, the outlaw Josie Wales? The old Indian chief says, "When we were in Washington, the great white father said that we must endeavor to persevere. And they put it in the newspaper that the Chiricahua Apache vow to endeavor to persevere." Good movie. They have a Missouri boat ride in there too. Okay. Back to our totally awesome book of useless information. Spain literally means the land of rabbits. Okay. Identical twins do not have identical fingerprints. Now, I remember a Law and Order thing. Of course, that's TV, and they can do anything on TV. Where they did. They had identical fingerprints, and they both confessed to it, and they couldn't prove, and they wound up having to let them go. And then they proved that one of them did. And anyhow, it had a bad ending. The killer whale is not actually a whale, but is the largest member of the dolphin family. That's pretty cool. The world's largest shopping mall by total area is in China, but has been 99% vacant since opening. Some of its features are a canal with gondolas and an indoor-outdoor roller coaster. Whoa! I'm either going to have to fish or do interesting things, right? Stay on there, one. Stay on there. This is not big enough, I don't think. Oh, we got 2 more on. Nope, that's not big enough. We'll keep it. Come on, one. Oh, we got 2 more on now. This is big enough. Let's see, which one we want to swap with here. Let's swap with 3 was the first one. What's 3 look like? That one's big enough, I do believe. So let's work with those 2. We'll let 4 get away if it does. Pick your battles, just like down, if you ever make it to Bolivia. When you get multiple big fish on, you have to pick your battles. Ah, close, but no horseshoe. You still on there, 3? Nope, got off, okay. You got off too, okay. Ah, that's all right. All we can do is all we can do. And we have plenty of bait. And time. Okay. Number 1. Start with 1. But if you catch your first one here where I aimed and put you a marker there, that way you know the area, then all you gotta do is get your distance. But I thought you'd like to know about the Star Spangled Crankbait, the jerk bait, and I'm going to use when I go to that Canique Topwater rodeo, radio. I'm going to use that American Walker. That was taught to me by Tarutzen. Don't know if I'll do any good, but you never know. The only way you find out is if you try. And if you don't try, then you'll never know. But remember, PPPP, practice, patience, persistence will produce. Alrighty. Whew. The average person blinks more than 10 million times a year. That's a lot. Wow. A rat can last longer without water than a camel. The word karate means empty hand. I'll bet a lot of y'all knew that. To see it at night as well as an owl, you would need eyeballs the size of grapefruits. A sneeze travels out of your mouth at more than 100 miles per hour. It is impossible to sneeze with your eyes open, because if you did, the pressure would pop them out. I heard that a long time ago. Here is an interesting fact. Excuse me, a totally awesome, useless fact. The largest ever jack-o'-lantern was carved from a 1,469-pound pumpkin on Halloween in 2005. Okay. Oh, this one's tough. The most difficult tongue twister is the six sheep's sick. The six, S-I-X-E-H, the six sick sheiks, S-H-I-E-K'-S, 6 sheep, S-A-E-P'-S, sick. I can read it and can't hardly say it. The 6 sick sheiks, 6 sheep, sick. Phew. Oh, you're more than welcome. It's just something that, while see, I told you, we're going to have to go to that partly cloudy night. You get your tongue tangled and can't see what you're saying. But the best night fishing here for gar is on that partly cloudy night, starting at 9. And since we went tonight, we should be able to go night to night to get there without. Which night was it now? Was it the third night or fourth night? It is the third night. Okay. Night 3. There we go. See, partly cloudy. Okay. Let's see if things don't get better. Gotta have 4 more. Either way we look at it, don't we? Now I got 6 aught barbus on here. Normally I would put just a regular 7/0 hook on it, but I didn't want to go through all the labor of changing the hooks. That's tying a lot of knots. I decided the other day that I'm going to do some fishing this summer, real life fishing. And I've got a tripod that I can mount my, she's charging, I got a Samsung Galaxy Tab. No thank you. No thank you. Because it comes out bad words, I know. Anywho, I'm going to take my Samsung Galaxy Tab 2, put on my tripod, and I'm going to go blow the dam here, and I'm going to fish and record some videos and stick them on my YouTube channel. April. End of March, 1st of April is when the stripe run. Big stripe. I'm talking about big stripe bass. And gizzard shad and white shad. White shad up there in that water get 5 or 6. There we go. 5 or 6 pounds. They get pretty good size. Not good for anything. Like 5 seconds out of the water and they're dead. It's already starting to rot. And but the guys around there that fish for the catfish love them. This is one that'll get us. This will get us to number 2, I do believe. But they cut them up used for cut bait when they're fishing in the boils for the big cats. So close. I think 3 was first. Let's see what 4 is. Yeah, they like when I used to fish up there all the time. I come walking down the steps to get on there's a sidewalk runs around there about, depending on how high the water is, 6 to 8 feet above the water. And they like to see me come walking down there with rod and reel in hand, because they knew I was going to do some jigging for shad. And we have blue herons up there. They like it too, because when you take the shad, and you know if you throw them back in the water, it's just rotten. But if you throw them up on land, them herons they'll flock around you, and you got to be careful because their beaks are extremely long and man, they sharp as needles. There was a lady that she died, as a matter of fact. 2? No. Hello, y'all. Hello, Jimmy. We're here trying to catch you some big gar. There we go. That's 2. 2 mints in 1. But anyhow, oops, wrong key. She caught a bluegill and was throwing them, little bluegill, throwing them up on the rocks, and the heron were gathering around her and eating them. Well, she wanted to get a cool picture. Let me get this rod in and I'll show you. Whoops. I'll show you what she did. You can probably imagine where this is going. Good morning, Milwaukee. So she caught another bluegill. Okay. Held it up like this. The heron came toward her and she got it closer and closer. When the heron stabbed that fish, it punctured her chest and stabbed her in the heart and killed her. Kind of like, what was that guy? Crocodile Hunter. Was that his name? The Australian dude that went around all over the world doing stuff like that. But and the stingray got him in the heart and killed him. But anyhow, that's how stupid this lady was. Stabbed her. There was nothing they could do. Yeah, people stupid. That's like going up in this. There you go, Steve Irwin. Very good. Very good. No. I think I showed y'all a picture. Oops, got another one. Of when I went over to, I'm getting me some new store-bought teeth made. And I was sitting in my pickup truck waiting on them to call me up. This might be big enough. No, I'll get back up there, Real. And I was sitting there, and this blue heron came flying over and landed on the top of the facade, however you want to say it, of the building. Nope. And it was so cool. No, I'm not. I'm out of that bait, but I'm not out of this bait. See, I had an odd bait. I don't know why I didn't put it all together, but anyhow. But anyhow, it was so cool. It's just one of those things that, I could probably sit there for another 5 years and not see the same type of thing, but it was so cool. We may have another one here. Come on, reel, get on it. No, it's coming in too easy. Started out good. Nope. That's money. Money. I am not. Oh, I know why, because I put it all. These other two also, this one and number 7, when I catch the next fish, it's going to tell me I'm out of bait there too, because I had 11 in my backpack, and then I bought 100 more. I don't know why I didn't put them with the others, but they don't. And that 3, 2. Anyhow, I'll see if I can show you the picture. I don't know if you'll be able to see much of it. This is the bird that killed that lady. This is a huge bird. This is a blue heron. Can you see it very well? Let me see what I can do here. Hold on just a second. Hold on. What you got? There you go. I'm telling you, that is a big bird. And it was sitting on top of sitting up on top of the building right out front of the Aspen Dental. I thought that was pretty cool. Huge wings, man. When it come flying in, I went, wow. Huge wings. Yeah. They're a lot bigger than turkeys, I'll tell you that. They'll stand close to 5 feet tall. They're big birds. Hey, T. Feller. feller. Well, I bet you made 51 last night, didn't you? Y'all T's birthday is Friday. He gonna be 22 years old. Plus a couple. No, you don't. Then you'd have all those years to live all over again, and all those mistakes to make again. I'm happy. I tell you, I have one night in my life, one day that I wish did not happen. Can't change it. It's like I say. Oh. Oh Lord. Yeah, one night I made a bad, stupid mistake. I was at the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong people, and made a mistake, and I've had to pay for it my entire life. 55 years I've had to pay for it. But, you know, everything that we do is already planned by our Maker. And, you know, the old song says, we know not what the future holds, we know who holds the future. It's a secret known only to Him. Let's see. Okay, I'm making sure I got everybody that followed caught up. But anyhow, that you do one thing, it leads you down this path. You do something else, it leads you down this path, and vice, on down the road. So you never know. What I did that night has, like I said, it shaped my whole life. And I didn't kill anybody or anything like that. I mean, it just was a bad situation. But it made me go this way and this way and this way on through life. But I wouldn't have the wife that I have now, the wonderful, loving, beautiful wife that I have now. I wouldn't have the children that I have now. I wouldn't, or the grandkids or the great-grandkids. Or I wouldn't have all the worries that I used to have. Not as many now. But it's strange how one event in your life can change the whole structure and the whole, like a spider web, change which of those strands you run out on. Oh, here's something I read in this book. Did you know that spider web is stronger than steel? That's phenomenal. For its size, spider web is stronger than steel. And I know spider fishing wire is strong because I've tried to break it. I have a 12-pound line.
Unknown caller.
12-pound line. Cannot break it. And I'm no weakling. I mean, you can cut it, but you try breaking it, buddy. It's tough. Come on, fish. Come on, fish. How many nights are we going to have to go to get 5? 3 more. Lordy, lordy, lordy. And I didn't bring my bobber rig. I changed it out for something else for this other bottom rod, so I'm going to have to go back out and get my float rig when we get the bait, so I can show you where the voodoo, is the voodoo? No, what is it? The big gar, the monster is here. I've been to Michigan but never fished. I used to live in just south of South Bend. I lived in Plymouth, Indiana. It's around small towns around there is where I grew up most of from the time I was in the 3rd grade until I was a junior in high school. And that's all around little towns around Plymouth, which is where the intersection of 31 and 30 intersect. Almost right up the middle of the east-west middle of the state. But it's 36 miles south of South Bend. Fished a lot up and around there, but never did fish in Michigan. Gone up here to Dunes State Park and run around, had a good time. Here's something I learned a long time ago. I read it in the newspaper or something. There's no telling where I picked this up, but there was a bet between two golfers. Uh, I can believe it. But these two golfers made a bet. One guy, he was a long driver. I mean, he drove a golf ball pretty long. One guy said, "I bet you cannot drive a golf ball a mile. A mile, 5,280 feet. That's a pretty good distance." And the guy said, "Okay, I bet you I can." Now, they bet $1. The rules were he could not hit the golf ball off of a moving object, vehicle, train, truck, car, plane, boat, anything like that. He had to hit it off a tee, and he could not hit it into a moving object. Couldn't cause it to land in the back of a pickup truck and go on, or a boat or anything like that. It had to hit and roll. And he bet he could not. Good morning, Z. Bet he could not hit it a mile. So that was the bet. So there was no time limit on it. This was sometime during the summer when they were playing golf. So that winter, around Christmas, or in January, he called his buddy and said, "I'm ready to attempt our bet on hitting the golf ball a mile." And the guy said, "Okay." So they got together and they drove up to Dune State Park. Lake Michigan was froze over. This one might be big enough. So he teed the ball up on one of those sand dunes using a good high compression ball, which is like hitting a rock in the winter. And he hit that ball, and it flew through the air, landed on the ice, and bounded again, landed on the ice. Because a golf ball, when it hits something hard like that, the recovery is almost 70%. So it hit and bounced, hit and bounced, hit and bounced. Well, they took off, and somehow, there we go, somehow they measured a distance, and the golf ball actually traveled over 5 miles. So he won his $1. I thought that was pretty cool. So with that in mind, my son played basketball for a Christian academy here in town. It's called Hamilton Heights. There, up until a couple years ago, when the coach lost a lot of his players, but both the girls and the boys are usually ranked in the top 20 in the nation. I mean, it's a basketball school. They get kids from all over the world come just to play basketball for that school. But anyhow, we were going to go up to the McDonald's All-American basketball game for high school seniors. You know, the top 40 or 50 in the nation get invited to come there and play. Zion Williamson played there. Kobe Bryant played there. I mean, that's the kind of talent that comes to the McDonald's All-American game. So anyhow, we're going to go up there. And two of the, I'm going to bring my son, and then two of the other basketball players, we're going to go with us. So we go up there and get in a motel. And my idea, one was from Nigeria, and one was from, where was he from? England. One was from Nigeria, and one was from England. No, he wasn't England either. Where was it? I forget now. But anyhow, both of them were from African countries where they had never seen a lot of snow or anything like that. So I wanted to show them Lake Michigan froze over, right? This is in January, I think, so it should have been froze over. So we go, and it's cold. Man, it's cold. So we go up there and get in a motel, spend the night, get up and next morning we go to the slam dunk contest, and it's free, which is cool. The slam dunk contest was free, and I had tickets for the game for all of us. But anyhow, we get in a car that I rented, and we drive around, and further north end of Chicago, almost to Wisconsin. I figure, well, there's a park up there, and I figure, well, I'll just drive in this park. We can get right down on the water. So we get on the park, zigzag on to get right down on the water. Nothing. It wasn't froze. I was so disappointed. Now, it was cold. Wind coming off that lake was cold, buddy. I mean, it always is cold. But no ice. Because I wanted them to be able to walk out on the ice. I thought that would be so cool. Didn't happen. So anyhow, later on that day, we go back for the game that evening. And I got us seats on the east end of the court. I put them 2 rows off the court, and I sat on the other side, kind of up high, where I could watch the game better. But what was cool was the 2 guys that I took. One was a sophomore and one was a junior. They played AAU basketball all summer long. And when they walked down and got in their seats, all those guys from the east turned around and said, hey, what was his name? Ezekiel. Hey, Easy. And the other guys, what was his name? My old brain, I'm so sorry. Anyhow, let's say Joe. Say, hey, Easy, hey, Joe. All those guys, those superstars that got there for that McDonald's game, and most of them wind up with big school, high-dollar scholarships. They all knew the boy. They didn't know my son yet because he didn't play AAU ball, but he introduced it to him. Is it that soon already? Sure is. Okay, y'all, we're going to have to stop this and do what I need to do. I'm sorry. I'll put an end to this and we'll pick it up again. Thank you, T. I get to flapping my jaws and lose track of time. I'm going to go with my Zeus too, because I tried it the other day. It doesn't work as good as the one that you told me, but it was okay. Well, I don't have to go there now. I got until 1 o'clock. We can still do this. I mean, I'm gonna have to go to another night though. I think get another good peek. We'll go one night at a time. At least it doesn't cost anything other than the doesn't cost any coins. So anyhow, looks like we got another good one here. We got it one night at a time. What peg am I at? I'm at wide open space, if that's what you're talking about. I'm just to the left of where you fish for the flatheads. Matter of fact, I'm standing on the same point that I fish for flatheads. I just throw it a different place for the drum. I mean for the gar, for the drum. Yeah, for the drum. Drum, beat the drum. I hope I can get 2 this night instead of just 1. Yeah, out by the big trees. Yeah, this is just where I've usually caught most of my big ones. But anyhow, this is what I plan to bring to the Topwater Rodeo. Oops, that ain't it. I'm going to catch a lot of them there, aren't I? There it is. Now, do I want a leader or not? I think you told me not to use a leader. That's what I thought you said. Okay. I just wanted to be sure. Okay. Maybe that's why I wasn't doing so good the other day when I was practicing, just piddling around. Oh, come on, be big. Be big. Now, one thing about this one. Oh, you lied to me. Oh, no, you didn't. That was weird. Started reeled in, there was nothing on it, and then it jumped on. I guess that was like trolling, wasn't it? But anyhow, I do remember where this big monster is here, monster gar. But I have to have a float rig to work. Too small. Have to have a float rig to get it. And I use my Brutus 910, so I'll have to go rig it up. But anyhow, it was so neat that when they went down to their seats and turned around, they were sitting right behind their bench, and all those guys turned, "Hey, Easy, hey, Joe." So they introduced my son to them. Said, he may be up here one of these days. And I thought Easy. I wish I could remember the other boy's name. But I remember Ezekiel because he's played for VMI and then moved down to a school down in Georgia. But Ezekiel, his sister, played for University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. Oops, that ain't it. She's a good ball player too. And the way she got better was playing against him. Easy. What was the other boy's name? That'll bug me now until I go back to that year and look at the roster on the school. Then there was one young man that played there. His name was Abdul Hakim Adu. A-D-O, Adu. He went to Mississippi State. He was one of the top 10 high school prospects in the nation when he went to this school, Hamilton Heights, when he was a sophomore. Top 10 in the nation as a sophomore. Every big school in the country was after him. He was 6'11", weighed about 230. He was a man-child. And he was from Ethiopia. One of the nicest young men you'd ever want to meet in your life, except on the basketball court. And then it was a different story. But it was they all call me Dad. And he'd say, "Yes, sir, Dad. Yes, sir, Dad. Yes, sir." And just smile from here to here. But he was right-handed. And most of the people that you'd play, he was a post player. Most of the people that he played against shot right-handed, and he blocked. He was a good blocker, but he would block with his right hand. And I asked him one day, I said, Adu, why do you always block with your right hand? He said, because I'm right-handed. I said, think about it. Most of the guys that you play against are right-handed and shoot from this side. So if you block with your left hand, you can get higher up and not have to cross over. And he said, I never thought of that. Nobody ever told me that. And he said, thank you. So he started practicing that, and he became an awesome shot blocker. Not because of me. I mean, he just had the talent. So when he was a senior, he come to me one day and he said, Dad, I have a problem. I said, what's the problem? He said, every school in the nation keeps calling me. 3 o'clock in the morning, they're calling me on my cell. What do I do? I said, turn it off. And it just, a light bulb. He said, I never thought of that. I said, just turn your phone off when you go to bed. Don't worry about it. Choose your school and let everybody know what your school is going to be. And then don't worry about it. Well, piddle. Oregon. Oregon was after him. University of Oregon. UCLA, Stanford, Kentucky, Louisville, Indiana, LSU, Florida State. I mean, all the major schools were after him. Well, he decided on Mississippi State for 2 reasons. And this I'm kind of proud of. One, because they had the academic program that he was most interested in. He wasn't worried about scholarship. Because, like I said, he could go anywhere he wanted to. And the second one was because he and my son were just like this. They were very, very close. And that was the closest school to where we live that had the academic program that he really wanted, so that where my son could come and watch him play basketball. And Mississippi State plays the University of Tennessee Chattanooga here in Chattanooga every year. So he could come to town and we could come to the game, watch him. And also they played Vanderbilt, so we could go to Nashville and watch him play at Vanderbilt. And I thought, well, that's quite a nice thing to do. choose a school so that somebody that you like can come and watch you play basketball. And I thought that was so cool. And we did every time. Now, we didn't go to Memphis or we didn't go to Mississippi State, but every time they were here in Chattanooga, we went here. And every time they were in Nashville, we went there and watched him play. And when they would come, we tried to sit close enough so that when they come off the court for halftime or at the end of the game, they would walk by us, and he'd walk by and give a little nod, and the biggest smile on his face. Then he redshirted his junior year, so I don't know if he got hurt or what, but he redshirted his junior year so he'd have another year of eligibility. And he graduated this year, and I'm sure he'll finish playing this year at Mississippi State. And he will probably go pro, if not in the United States, in Europe for sure. Yes, I know, thank you. The kids are some of them are just wonderful kids. I'll tell you, they had one gentleman that played there, his name is Shea. When he graduated, he went to Kentucky, played 1 year at Kentucky as point guard, and then got drafted to the NBA, and he's the point guard for, I done forgot what team now. Sacramento Kings? I'm not sure. But he and Brett got to be pretty good friends too over YouTube and whatever. And he told Brett, whenever we come to Memphis to play, you let me know, or I'll let you know, and I'll get you tickets. So we wanted to go see him, but every time they come to Memphis, that's cool. Now, is he a playmaker or a shooter? Hello, Taz. How you doing? Hello, Archer and Taz. Both of y'all, welcome to our stream. Hey, I'm an old man. I'm older than dirt, and when I wake up and open my eyes and look up and I can see the ceiling, good day. Okay. There you go. See, I grew up in Indiana playing basketball. When I was a freshman, I could dunk a ball. I was 6'3", about 165 pounds, and my legs were like tree trunks, a lot of muscle, and I could dunk a ball. I could stand underneath the basket and just go straight up and dunk it. I put on almost 20 pounds of muscle between my freshman and sophomore year working that summer, baling hay and whatever. Couldn't get it up anymore. I mean, I get the ball up like this, but I couldn't get it over the rim. Yes, Shea. I believe that's the right name. I just know him as Shea. And my son's not here, so I couldn't be sure. Who does he play for? Yeah, that's Shea. That's him. Sure is. He went to Hamilton Heights Christian Academy here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. They have a student body population of around 75. That's it. 75% or more of them are international students. Now, they're not exchange students. They're international students. And girls and boys, they all play basketball. They come here. Some of their parents have to pay. They have agents overseas, and they pay them as much as $10,000 to find a school here in the States where their children, boy or girl, can go to school, get an education, graduate, and get a scholarship to a university playing basketball. That's the only reason they come. Education and basketball scholarship. That's right. There you go. The Clippers. You are exactly right. He really is. But you can imagine getting drafted as a freshman out of college. Just, just he's greased lightning is what he is, with or without a ball. Man, that clock is just dragging, isn't it? Just dragging. We may have to go to another. Are we going to catch one a night? That's what it looks like, doesn't it? What I could do is I could put that lure back on this one, and while we're waiting on a gar to hit, I could fish for, oops, see, of course. I'm at Quanchican, fishing for gar. I'm doing the monster gar. Oh, maybe this will be big enough. Monster gar mission down here at Quanchican in Louisiana. Yep, this is going to be big enough, I believe. Oh, come on, don't go back down. There you go. Get back up there. Zombie cat. Zombie. Come on, come on. There it is, number 4. Okay. Let me get over here and let me cast that out. Is that number 3 or number 4? Number 3. Oops. Number 4. Come on, 4. Be big enough. Be big enough. Oops. Shift 4, dummy. Come on, come on, come on. Thank you for your follow, Caesar. I appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. I don't have widgets to appreciate y'all. Yesterday for what, sir? For the sturgeon? These are heavy chasers are the biggest rods I've got right now. Yep, this is going to be big enough, I believe. This will be number 5. Oh, bass. Okay. I was using the same rod. Oh, for the bassy bass, I was using the same rods. I just put a smaller hook and the small minnows. That's the only change I made. Because they don't, unless you're fishing for really, really tiny fish, in this game, the line, they don't care. It's ones and zeros. That's all it is. All right. Yes, yes. Ooh, a nice one. Way to go. Thank you very much. Okay. Now, thank you. What we got here? Great work. You got zombie bait and now ready to hunt for the zombie cat monster. Ha ha ha. Ho ho ho. Alrighty. See? We got to get rid of this one. Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Howdy, y'all. Wait a minute. That's Southern. There you go, Caesar. There's you a follow back. Thank you very much. I don't have any widgets to let y'all know that I do appreciate you when you first come on, but I do, believe me. I got to go get my float rig. Sorry. I set up the 4th rod, so let's go here. Let's see. Do I have one set up? I think I do. Let's see. Match rod, bottom, casting spring set, crappie right there. Nope, I don't. Tennessee? Where in TN? I'm in Chattanooga. Chattanooga, here I come. For my float, I'm going to use my Brutus and my Thunderspin 4500. We're going to put our leader at maximum. I don't know why. I guess they want it down on the bottom, or I want it down on the bottom. So we got 35, 35, 35. And I want to use braid. 35-pound braid. 33, close enough. We don't need all that, but we'll use it all anyhow. Let's see. I need a float. A night float. I like my night float. I'm going to use a 6/0 barb. Oh, wait a minute. You have been in my stream a long time ago. I remember that. We talked about that. Yeah. That's been a while. And our zombie bait. So we got 15, so you could use bottom rods if you wanted to. Let's see, I guess I better put a leader on here. 33-pound. Don't want to overkill it. Let's go get us a decent leader. 33-pound or somewhere in that neighborhood. What do we got there? 26. We're getting close. 0.012. Too big. 0.011. There we go. That'll work. 0.011. Okay. 0.011. There it is. It was. There it is. Marty? Leader, dummy, not line. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Well, you're more than well. Well, thank you for the kind words. New people that come in here and new viewers, my widgets don't work. Everybody that's here on a regular basis knows that my widgets do not work, and I apologize for my stupidity, because I have tried everything that I know. There are a couple of IT techs that are on here. One of them is Stepatronic. We went through step by step by step by step how to. I use Streamlabs OBS as my streaming streaming software, and I went through step by step by step by step doing it. I even went to YouTube and followed 4 or 5 of the step-by-step procedure on how to set up widgets. Did everything just like I said, and they don't work. They work when let me show you. They work when I test them. See? But when they're supposed to work, when somebody comes and follow me, they don't work. And there's something in here that's just not quite jive. But anyhow, okay, we got everything set up. Let's go back to Quanchican. Now, I remember from, I caught this one in Steam over 2 years ago. But I remember where it is, and I'm going to show you. Save you a lot of trouble. I hunted and hunted and hunted and hunted. I'm talking about for several days, real days, till somebody said, "You're overthinking it. You're overlooking it. Turn around. Walk to the edge of the water." And right there, that's where it is. Okay? Right there in the middle of that. Now, the thing is, you got to be at 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, I don't know what the weather's supposed to be, but 3 o'clock in the morning is when you want to go after it. The weather, I don't remember, so we're just going to have to see what comes up. We'll either catch it or we won't. If we don't, we'll try a different weather. Let's try 13. Nope. See, it's on the bottom. We'll find out. See, I fish for lake trout, uni lake trout up in White Moose Lake in Canada like this. I put a 4/0 hook, a shiner. Whoop, got something. Channel. that was too easy, wasn't it? 89-pound fish come in that fast. Let's see if I can get it. Ooh, look at that big old eye. Big old eye. Big old fish. It's at night. So I need somebody with a light behind me, shine the light on it. It's a big old ugly fish, I know that. But anyhow, that's it. Let's see, what do we get for that? We don't get really a whole lot of nothing for that. Well, we get 5,000 XP, $4,600, and 2 coins. All right. Here we go. Those plaques are about worth nothing. Now, I'm going to end the recording and then go to the Topwater Radio. Rodeo. Not radio. Rodeo. And see what happens. Because the rod that I really need is level 54, where I have to be for get it, and I'm only 51, so I got to do what I got to do. So that come from a guy that fishes there a lot, and he said I had a good bite rate, but I just didn't catch as many as I needed to because I didn't have the right rod. When you can't bite, you can't bite. That's all I can say. Okay. Okay, remember, we will get through this together by the grace of God. Learn a little bit, pass it on. That's the fisherman's way. That's what I like to do. P. Practice, patience, persistence will produce. So, God bless you. God bless you and your family. Take care, stay well, stay safe, and help somebody lower level. Give a helping hand. So this is Double Talk 73, your fishing friends. I'll catch you later. So y'all come back now, you hear?